Yeah, so this is a new month. And then in this new month, we're going to be looking at the card pairs. The reason being is that they are well aligned. So let's focus on how we can be able to trade them. So I tweeted this. So card pairs showing first signs of strength with the reversals that they have created. So we need to see now whether this strength can be able to continue. And for us to do this, you need to go to our pairs. You can see all these pairs we have, but we're going to focus on the card pairs. That's why I've highlighted them. So the way we usually trade is that we analyze the market before it plays out. So this is one of those channels that tells you what will happen. This is not telling you what has already happened and building confidence based on illusion of what has already happened. I'm going to tell you what will happen and how we are going to make money with it. So let me start with GBP CAD, looking at it from the 4-hourly time frame. CAD has shown the first signs of a strength, and it's going to continue possibly for another sign of strength. And then for us to do this, let me just show you the monthly, because the monthly candle has closed. So of course, on the monthly here, all of this reaction is happening because of this supply area. This is what is causing all these reactions here. So, but right now we are at this area here. So we just have to focus on how to take trading opportunities based off here. So once you have this established, of course, the only thing you need to do now is to come to a lower time frame, or better still, you focus on the monthly. So you can see there is a wick here which has not yet been filled to this low here. So we want to see how we can be able to possibly make money up to this week being filled. But of course, we also have a high here, a monthly high, and then we had last month. So the market got rejected from continuing to this by this. So now we have this potential of this week being filled. Now from here, we can come maybe to the weekly. And on the weekly, we want to see exactly why the market did not reach here and how possible it's going to be for us to come to fill this week before we can come up here. So on the weekly, you can see clear this is an area of resistance and the market has failed to break above it. And then we have a price difference area here. Okay, this week has closed below this low here. And then we can now finally come to the 4-hourly, the time frame in which we want to analyze and then also take trading opportunities. So you can see clear here, this is an area of price reversal. And that is the first reversal. I was tweeting here saying that this is the first sign of a card strength. When the market reverses with such patterns, there's a possibility for the market to pull back and then maybe continue to the downside. So what we want to trade now is that continuation to the downside. And for us to be able to trade this continuation to downside, we need further confirmation. And the confirmation I would want to see is if we can have a pullback into this area and then we see a pattern here, then we can trade that to the downside. But of course, we are not looking at this card pair in isolation. We have to look at it in line with the other card pairs. Okay, so let me go to one more card pairs. And then let me also analyze it to you, because we tend to look at the card pairs as a group. You don't trade in isolation, you trade as a group. So you can clearly see also there is a wick which has not yet been filled here on the weekly, the same with what we had previously. And then we had our price difference. I think I explained this later. And then we also had another price difference here. So from this, you can clearly tell that the market is bearish because of these rejections and wicks. So when we come to the weekly, this is what it looks like. And on the weekly, you will also see here another price difference area, very similar to what we had analyzed earlier. So I can just switch on to the 4-hourly. And on the 4-hourly, you can clearly tell here what happened. We had a strong structural break to the downside. And this break is a typical sign of a reversal. This is a pattern. The market has broken. So now what we want to see is if we can have that pullback into this area, we have a pattern, and then we can be able to swing it to the downside for that possible trend continuation, maybe all the way up to here where the reversals occurred. So going on to one more card pair, just to be able to cement this whole thing, let me just come to the USD card, and then I look at it on the monthly. So on the monthly, you can see that the dollar is weak, so the card is actually stronger than the dollar. And this happens if you look at this whole picture here. We had this as an all-time highs, an area of resistance. I think we explained this in another video. And then we have a strong break. We have this area which the market has actually broken into. So if you study this carefully, you will see this is your head, and this is your left shoulder, and then this is the area for the next shoulder to happen. And then possibly we can maybe continue to the downside to this. So this is your head and shoulder. Then for you to understand and look for clear entries, this is why now we had within this area of the next shoulder, we had a strong price difference candle all the way up to here, and price has not yet reversed or touched it, and we have a weekly high here. So what we want to see now throughout this week is if we can have that possibility of price returning or pulling up to this area here. If we can have a pull into this area and then we see a pattern, we can take a sell to that, but that will depend on how this low is going to hold price. So this, or we have another areas reversal around here. So this is what we shall be looking for, these card pairs throughout the week. And once they are ready, I can always send them into our Telegram group. This is our Telegram group. Let me just show you exactly how we're going to trade. So this is our Telegram group. And in our Telegram group, I share every trade that we take all the way. The last trade we took was Bitcoin, which gave us some money, and then it ended up in a break even. You can check it there. So this is how we're going to focus on this week. So let's see how the week plays out. So you stay in tune, and then you can also check us out on our YouTube. If you find value in our YouTube, you can actually give us a follow, and then you can be able to get some good trading tips, trading advice, and then also how you can be able to make money with us. So the same way we've been trading is what we do. We analyze the pair, and then we see how it plays out throughout the week. You can find something value and what to learn. So